Well, right now, the Midwest Pages to Prisoners is going on.
There was a better man, better flung in motion like Hamlet, never breaking walls like battering ram. One that made a spectacular crash, one that listened for the sweet pitter pat.
What the fuck is this last name? God damn it. What do you think? There are two options to choose from.
Looks like Whelan.
Whelan. Good one. This is Midwest Pages to Prisoners project. We send free reading material to prisoners around the U.S.
There's not a whole lot of places that people in prison can get educational materials or other reading materials because their libraries are either non-existent, underfunded, or they're not allowed to go to them, or they're full of romance novels.
All the books in this room are donated by people in the Bloomington community, and all the money that we use to send packages is donated. So that's, I think, one of the things that makes us most special is that we're, definitely a community effort, community run, community supported. But it was started in 1995 in Bloomington by a woman who lived in the community. I think she had heard of some similar programs, just around the country, and decided she would start one up here, and she ran it out of her basement. And then when Boxcar opened up almost exactly 4 years ago, Pages moved into here.
The fact that the two are partnered constantly is a reminder that this is something more, and that we're not just, the goal isn't, just to be a commercial agent or some sort of, a merchant.
But it seems to me to be a great relationship, whereas Boxcar can, pay the rent for Pages essentially.
It's a volunteer position that you actually get to see the impact, know something about the impact you're having on people, because so many people write us back and say, hey, thank you so much for the books that you sent me. Just getting a package. This is the first time I've gotten I've been here for, so many years, and this is the first time I've received any kind of package.
If you give a book to a prisoner, the prisoner is going to read the book. I mean, if they can, which you hope that they can. And probably multiple prisoners will read the book. It'll get passed around a lot.
The vast majority of people in prisons are there for drug crimes. That 80% of people in prison were convicted of nonviolent offenses.
We can stand in front of the post office on a Saturday for a couple of hours and make $100 in donations, and there's not a whole lot of other places that you can do that.
But I was outside here at the post office panhandling for money for Pages to Prisoners to send packages, as we did earlier today. And most people are pretty nice, or just ignore you. But this lady, she went out of her way.
Hey, would you like to?
I'm the director of Mother Hubbard's Cupboard, and we're a food pantry. And right now we're serving 1,200 people a week. We've had a really fast growth rate in the past 2 years. We've grown from serving about 600 people a week 2 years ago to about 1,200 a week now. So basically what we do is we operate like a free grocery store. Patrons can come visit us, they can get free groceries. They come visit us once a week if they want to, and they just get empty grocery bags and they can fill them with whatever products they want. If you feel like you need food, you need food. You wouldn't be coming here if you didn't need food. Consequently, we serve people of all sorts. There's, from the people, the working mom who is working 2 jobs and can't make ends meet, to the family who's experiencing generational poverty and is, it's really hard to get out of that kind of cycle, to, a grad student who is working on their PhD and just cannot make ends meet, to somebody who just lost their job and is, maybe their lifestyle is a little not matching up with their new kind of income. The general feeling when people come in here is, wow, this is so great that this exists, because I don't know what I'd do without it. In our society, food is often kind of the first thing that goes when you're having financial struggles, because things like rent, utility bills and transportation costs are kind of non-negotiable. You got to pay your rent or you're going to get kicked out. You know, you got to put gas in your car to get to work. That there's this problem in this country of having an overabundance of food and then yet people are hungry. In this country, we waste about 27% of our food. It just goes straight in the trash, as many who dumpster dive see. We do focus on health and nutrition. So we have lots of healthy food, lots of fresh food. We get lots of fresh produce, breads. Oftentimes we have some organic dairy products, yogurt, soy yogurt, tofu, stuff like that. People just eat crap all the time because crap is what's cheaper a lot of the time. We also just have this strong mission of treating everyone who comes to us with the utmost dignity and respect. Patrons aren't asked to provide any documentation of their need. They're not asked detailed questions about why they're coming here, because we feel that if we trust them, then that kind of trust will be passed on throughout the community. You know, the food bank goes out and collects food from different donors, from Kroger, Marsh, Blooming Foods, different places in town, and then warehouses it. And then they serve agencies like Mother Hubbard's Cupboard, and then we serve our patrons. The need that's being filled right now wasn't actually filled before we started operating. There are a lot of other great services in town, but we're a unique service in terms of providing groceries to people every week. It's just amazing how generous people in the community involved with Planet X Fest are to support something like this. This year's budget is about $160,000. And with that budget, we're able to distribute about $1 million worth of food. For instance, in 2004, Planet X Fest generated $3,000 worth of income for us, which is a huge amount. We spent about $12,000 on food, so that $3,000 was able to purchase a quarter of the food that we were able to distribute that year. We will probably put the money into our general fund, which will mostly go toward purchasing more food for our clients. We do pay a small fee to the food bank to get more food, and right now our food budget is pretty tight. It'll be a real benefit to us to be able to have that cushion in our budget so that we can purchase more and more food to serve the people who are coming through. Planet X Records, ever since it started, has had a real power of not only just putting out really great music, but of inspiring people to come together under certain values. It's really inspiring for me to see a bunch of people walking around my town who I know are, they get it. They get what we're doing, and if I explain to them what I do for a living, they get it, and they understand why that's a need and why that's important. But then they're learning things, not in a traditional classroom setting, but learning from their peers, learning about issues like sustainability and how to do things yourself, and just how to be a more responsible member of this society.